Zipper's amazing, man.
We're fast.
Zipper's amazing. All right, we're going straight into the drafts, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of this best of 3 series, and it looks like SRG this time are going to be on blue side.
You'd think that they're going to use the Granger more, especially with Innocent going crazy in M6, but they actually ban it. Interesting.
I like it. All right, some new approach here from SRG, but then again, like the Suyos, the Lucas, okay, I thought the Loi is open, but no, SRG, they opt to ban it out, but now, Suyo, they ban out the Fanny as well. Let's see here, SRG, what's their move?
Suyo, right? Should be.
Suyo.
Yeah.
Suyo.
The immortal one chose me to vanquish
There you go, Suyo. Now, the question is, right, with the Suyo pickup, what are they going to go for straight? It looks like,
Oh man.
Harris and Jawhead straight up. They're taking heroes away from SRG, denying these picks away.
Is there happenings in the scrims of like Jawhead getting picked all over the place? Is this a new prio in this meta? Or are they just responding to the first game like what works, what's not?
It's been very popular in the challenge season.
It only 7 picks, right? There, I believe.
7 picks, yeah. I mean, I think the logic makes sense though, right? I mean, you want to apply early pressure, and Jawhead can give you that early pressure. Now, SRG, I mean, good response as well, right? You pick up the Phobius, someone that can disrupt the formation, and we talked about the Hayabusa going in. It does seem like Suyo, they're confident enough why the Moskov here can be a juicy target for that Hayabusa also. Fast clear. Fast clearing counts from the side of Hayabusa.
Yeah, but apparently not really the greatest win rate in the world for the Hayabusa though. Only 36% so far in Snapdragon Pro Series Season 6. Now, let's see though. Cho once again banned in the first ban of the second banning phase. It's still gonna be the same for Slangorid Giants here. Gold has been picked. The mid laner is once again the one that hasn't been picked. So is this the meta right now? Mid laner being a more response pick?
I guess because there's just so many heroes that you can utilize in the mid lane that it's not as prio. You can be very flexible with it. Whereas in terms of other lanes, there's definitely prio, right? Like gold lane, Granger, Harith, so on and so forth. So the Sicilian does get banned here. SRG are going to respect that power. They saw that what they were able to bring onto the table in game number 1, and they don't want to let that slide for Suyo, because technically right now, Suyo have the Hayabusa and the Jawhead. I feel like it's very aggressive in the early game as well. And so Suyo needs to try and balance that out in the late game. But the question is how.
Right, the chip here, so there's a different approach here from both teams, right? Suyo, they want to limit Yumes here, and that second phase makes sense. But now, SRG, will they commit on towards banning another mage here for that last ban? Because technically, if you have Hayabusa, if you have Jawhead, just add Lilia, bro. It's going to add more volume in that early game pressure.
Yeah, early game pressure, but in the late game though, the only hero that can pretty much go to the back end to Hayabusa is to Moskov is Hayabusa, so it poses a lot more question. Now, is Yums gonna throw it back and pick something like a Ruby here? Because I feel like against Jawhead, it can kind of deter the engage potential, and it's a good matchup against Hayabusa and also the Harith as well, because the CC, the Don't Run Wolf King, is very reliable to kind of at least, get that Purify away from the cat.
If not the Ruby, I believe it's not out of the pocket that we can expect a Kufra coming from Yumes as well.
You would say that.
Against the Hayabusa and the Harith here, but the Farsa does come to mind, right? You mentioned how only Hayabusa can enter the backline for that Moskov. The Farsa can do that job as well.
And it's also a signature raw pick.
Raw!
It's a signature raw pick. So, because I understand what you want with the Lilia in the mid lane, but I just don't see how well they can synergize with the Jawhead.
Right.
So the Farsa gives a lot more burst damage in case they want to go in for that combo. And now with the Farsa, they can also still rotate very early and also clear very fast. The question is now for SRG, how are they going to respond?
Valentina?
Valentina does make sense.
That does make sense. A lot of survivability as well. Dita might be a bit too bold. It's going to be the Badang, Roamer instead, and also Vexana. So they're going a bit more safe here in the approach for Selangor Red Giants, but it still works. A lot of CCs on what it's exactly what they need, because so far out of the 3 heroes that have been picked,
There you
Your
go.
hero.
is it my hero?
Your hero.
I kinda don't like Lucas. Yeah.
The Vexana is a very peculiar pick, I think, for SRG. I mean, technically, it can disrupt the Jawhead when he is trying to go in for that
And the
combo.
Hayabusa.
And the Hayabusa.
Not that much reliable for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to
What do
stop
you think?
momentum, I believe it's a hero that can break momentum, and I believe again Stormy can definitely rock the Vexana.
Okay. See you soon. They've crumbled in the first game against Selangor Red Giants. This is the time for them to shine. This is the time for them to actually get back towards the MSC champion in Selangor Red Giants. New heroes, new compositions. Can they actually make it work here for this youngins?
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, SRG, they are at match point to find and get that clean sweep. Land of Dawn, here we go. Will SRG claim this one in their bag, or will See You Soon say otherwise?
Well, look at that, the Jawhead potential, especially with the Thrill, can pretty much help your jungler to clear the camps as soon as possible. And now Yums, this is going to be interesting. The matchup of Jawhead and also Badang, it works for the Badang. It has some kind of CC immune potential to use against the Ejector, and also built-in dash for you to get away. Now, in the XP lane, this is a interesting matchup as well with Lucas and also the Phoveus, as we're going to take a look at the emblems that these teams is using. Interestingly enough, Phoveus is using... Okay, Yums, almost, but not enough. But yeah, Phoveus is using a movement ability boost in the emblems, so expect a lot more rotation to the mid lane compared to them coming to the XP lane.
Let's see, right? I mean, Yums also, he has to waste that flicker. Will it cost them the first turtle? And See You Soon, they need to understand that, okay, their roamer does not have flicker. Let's just go all in now. With the ejector. Cancel! That's the setup. Sakai's finds first blood, but with the shadow kill, Ryzen claims their blood. That's almost a double, but Ryzen here, very good follow-up.
I guess it's kind of more equal trade in terms of gold as well, because you get the first blood and extra gold. But in the end, the one that falls is Mr. Sakai. So Ryzen get a good get back in that exchange, in that affair. Now, we're experiencing a much different early game than earlier. See You Soon has to be a bit more patient in the way they use the ejectors, because so far it has been night and day the way Brantizi used this Jawhead compared to Mr. Yums.
You can see here the pressure on towards Brantizi. Oh, that's a
My
solo
goodness.
almost from Cram, and that will help allow Sikai's to claim his turtle. Now it's going to be an all-out war here. Sikai's looking for something, but no, there's actually Luffy's here. Just receiving a lot of damage. Purple buff collects. Oh, that's a catch! That's a catch from Cram, as well as Yums, and that will be SRG claiming another kill on the board.
Things that you hate to see or experience against a Badang, man, that out of nowhere stun. Even though it's just a split of seconds, like when you get chained by another CCs coming into you, especially with that Suyo damage, it's
GG.
gonna be, it's GG. It's over.
It's over. Now let's see here, focus on towards the top lane. It's still like the gold laners here, not receiving a lot of action just yet. You're just clearing, looking for farm. But yeah, I mean, look, 3 minutes in, 1,000 gold. It's way lesser than the first game, but it's still a gap.
I like what Ryzen is doing right now here. Actually use the tough boots instead of like the clown shoes, or maybe the attack speed bonus swift boots. In terms of like trying to counter the CCs coming in from Yums, especially because what happened earlier, he was caught off guard. He didn't expect the switcher, the Uno reverse card from Mr. Yums, and now he's gonna be a bit more careful with his approach. And Brantizi, so far, he's been having a hard time going in with this Jawhead.
I mean, it's a struggle, right? I mean, again, SRG understands how to counter the Jawhead. Just gotta be careful around the bushes, right? If you're up against a Jawhead, you gotta be careful around the bushes. Now, I do believe Seiyusun can definitely up their tempo considering that they have the Jawhead and the Hayabusa. But I don't think they are able to now on the bottom side phase. Forced to use the flicker in a 2v1. Will still get able to get the clear, but SRG just pushing all the right buttons here, right? Applying pressure towards the EXP whilst getting the turtle. If you see you soon, they're not able to respond.
Yeah, and not much resources for Seiyusun to actually go for the turtle. Meanwhile, Unstoppable Force on towards Mr. Yums. Not much damage it's gonna take. And another, oh! My goodness, that guy's out of nowhere getting the kill in the bottom lane.
Finding the flanks here, looking for the right angles as well. And that's another kill for SRG now. Feather Airstrike will claim a body, but it seems like they will disengage, though Bran caught in the crossfire with that Jawhead. But it does seem like SRG will look to pressure the mid lane turret.
Interesting that Sakai's didn't commit to it. Oh, finally commits, okay. He was actually waiting for me to say it. He didn't commit in the bottom turret earlier, and finally he takes this one. As look at the items here, already has a War X and also the Fury Hammer as well, so a bit more penetration for Mr. Sakai towards the Jawhead. And Mr. Brantizi counters it with a Dreadnought armor, so you can see a lot of respond items here from both sides.
Yeah, so give and take. But it's SRG who is doing the more taking here in the first 5 minutes. See you soon, though. They are playing a bit more passively. They understand that, all right, we have the range, we have the AoE. So let's see, SRG still map control.
Yeah.
I mean, the map is still somewhat blue here. For 6 minutes.
That's pretty much the name of the game for this composition for both sides actually, for Yums and also Brantizi. The one who owns the map is the one who's gonna own the game. Meanwhile though, Jector.
Onto is one. That's a turret taken down. Now from the flanks though, it is going to be Karam here with the Phobius doing damage and doing action. He finds one though, he will fall himself. See you soon. Looking to respond here as SRG is still applying pressure in the top side of the map, but does seem like they will now lower their ego and go towards the mid lane. Can See You Soon respond and defend this mid lane turret? Does seem like SRG will look for the kill. No, Innocent will not be able to escape. Great timing from Ryzen.
Once again, Ryzen being the sole contributor in a team fight. Compared to the first game earlier when he has that Rhythm of Joy from the backline. Now Sakai's, this gotta be a trouble. 5v4.
Yep, with a Feather Airstrike. Oh, they were able to zone Sakai's away. He steals the turtle and now Brantizi receives a lot of heat. He will fall. Karam again initiating with the flicker. Yums looking to engage. Iron Fist. That's Sakai's just executing one by one. Nomad and Brantizi was the victim in that fight.
You can see it in the way he approached the game, man. Cram wants another MVP. Earlier, he's just doing jumping jacks, just tap gaming inside the turret. Now, another really good engage to start the fight. What is this? Langore Giants. They're once again dominating, not to the extent of the first game earlier, but they are still very much heavy in the lead. 4K gold lead in 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was around a K or 2 3 minutes ago, and now with Unstoppable Force with the conceal. Looking to find Innocence, but calm response there. Purify to save his life.
Man, every time Seiyusun pulls the trigger, so far it has been mostly empty. There has been a few good engages, especially from Ryzen. But Brantizi, he's got to find an avenue, a bush that he can exploit to be able to get these damage dealers coming in from Selangor Giants. Because so far, not much casualty. Only 1 kill towards Innocent from out of the damage dealers from Selangor Giants. And Sakai's is getting everything he wants.
And Nomad bought the anti-ejector himself from See You Soon. That's very interesting. And let's see here again, SRG again. The map is what, 75% blue? 20 seconds towards that next Lord or the first Lord. See you soon. If they want to create something, they need to do it now. And SRG understands that, yeah, let's just play passive before the Lord is up.
Yeah, earlier when Harith was picked up by Slangware Giants, they have a bailout mechanic in the late game into Cillian, a really good late game hero. But in this case, Nomad on the Harith, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot here because they don't have a marksman and also an insanely, scaling hero in the late game for them to use to be able to actually fight against Innocent and crew. SRG, they own the map, and Brantizi, he is very afraid to go into the bush. Look at that, Cram is just doing whatever he wants. It's a 1v5, it doesn't matter.
Does not matter. The distraction, Brantizi flickers out. Luffy's on the other side is receiving a lot of heat. Ryzen though claims Stormy, and now Karam is just doing work. Zoning on members, Innocent in the mid lane claiming 2 lives, and that's a double for Innocent. And with the Lord marching the mid lane, can See You Soon defend?
When all of your eyes are focusing towards Crumb, Slangware Giants, Crumb's friends, don't want to just not joining into the fight, and they're just getting the kills, whatever they want here. About 8k gold lead so far, and they're trying to take the mid lane turret, which they will do.
Exactly.
Easily.
Base turret number 1 in the mid lane will fall. Lord still marching slowly in top lane. The clear from SRG. Bottom side is going to be focused down from Innocent. The attack speed is tremendous. Now though, he sees a lot of heat. Nomad is there. Purify popped as well. Now with the Feather Edge Strike, it will receive a lot of damage from the side of SRG. Quad Shadow does not connect on towards, well, it lands on Cram, but it does not mean that they will commit the shadow kill just yet. Top lane turret pressured.
And now what they're going to do about this one, a 5v4. It's going to be hard for See You Soon to actually win this one off.
Lord is still up. They need to clear ASAP. Luffy's up now, so it's a 5v5. But now the main base taking damage. Feather Edge Strike popped! And that's Sakai's taken down, though Innocent is there to rock and block. It's going to be Ryzen finding another kill, but Cram falls in the process. At the end of the day, it's a 2v2 now, and now Yoons and Innocent combining, trying to synergize. Will they be able to end? While Akira and Ryzen tries desperately to defend. It seems like the base is there. Akira falls! Base is going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. SRG finds the angle, and they end this series with a 2-0 fashion.
Not so innocent, huh? They're robbing them out of a really good base defense, but he said, no, we can take this one off, even though I'm very, very low. The life